this has been a really good year. But I think that we've come out from underneath a pretty dark cloud that was flying over our city, and I think there's a great new level of enthusiasm and energy in our city.
I have always pretended to have a younger brother of the name of Ernest, who lives in the Albany and gets into the most dreadful scrapes. That, my dear Algie, is the whole truth, pure and simple. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. Modern life would be very tedious if it were either, and modern literature a complete impossibility.
I just want to thank all the citizens of the county and the county officials that have shown faith in me to help lead the sheriff's office, and I wish all the success to everybody in the world.
Today, we are actually hosting what we call the Faculty Art Making Party. It's something we do every year and about this time of year. And because this is usually a very stressful time, it's the best for teachers to actually come and get into a creative work.
This may be the best Williamson County's ever had across the board.
Pretty good.
As far as talented teams, players, the coaches are just doing our part. But that part right there, you can make an argue that from top to bottom, this is the best Williamson County's ever seen.
Zeitz outside. Brooks thinks about it, thinks better of it, and dishes it. Outside of her range, she laughs it off with a smile. Inside drive. That's number 2-2. Madison Oleg. Under 20 seconds to play.
Lewis. That's going to be the game. Tyler Lewis.
Lewis picks his pocket.
For three.
No good. That's game.
This program is something that I've had an eye on for a few years now. So we have an opportunity that allows our kindergartners and first graders to basically learn how to ride a bike. Some of them already know how, and this is just kind of extra practice. And so some of them are starting at the basics, and we are building kind of that foundation for them.
Finally, I want to mention, I think that everyone probably knows by now that this is Joe Horn's last Planning Commission meeting. Joe has served Williamson County for the past 32 years in a pretty remarkable way.
Every elected official has an opportunity to have the input of how they want their employees paid, and this is just barely keeping up with the cost of inflation for employees.
They introduced him and everybody stood up and clapped, and waved, and wife was there, and I leaned over and told someone, I said, he better enjoy this. This is the most popular he's ever gonna be.
Life of a head coach.
Coach Shaw, second year at Franklin, but obviously you've got a little Franklin history. You played at Franklin, assistant coach at Franklin, and Coach Hill let me know before the start of the show. I appreciate this, Coach, it's like doing my research for me. Coach Hill matched up with it was Coach Hahn then. It was actually just Rachel Hahn then. As a player.
Brooks trying to drive, C gets it. Oh my! And if you weren't here live, that was about as clear of a slap of a basketball as I've ever seen it. Still a little 1-3-1 look. And that's just going to be a disaster. Fine, yeah. Just the explosiveness, right? I mean, makes Coach Tiger look like a genius.
Christian Brown's second flush of the night.
It's that time of year where it's a little crazy in juvenile court, and we have presents lining our hallways, and we also see the generosity of our community, and it's bountiful. Hit the road, don't stop the beat. It's music sound you know.
Have a check for you tonight in the rebate that we share with Williamson County Schools. This check is in the amount of $94,139.69.
And Tennessee, 2 years running in a row, has scored the highest in what they call their election integrity scoring, which is phenomenal. And it's also because of the work you do as well.
Joe is someone that I call a friend, someone that I could count on to get his job done, and someone that we always knew where Joe stood, and it's on his honesty and his integrity.
In my family, we can handle the almost Lucky Charms. We can handle those. We can handle the messed up Pop-Tarts, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But when Oreos, no. It's got to be those.
There's nothing better than having all 8 teams together in this league. You talk about and compare to some of the great college basketball conferences, whether it be the Big 12 or the SEC, and this is what it feels like.
Fox with the rebound. Got to be into double digits now for her. Finds Bushman with a no-look pass on the left side of the lane. Easy 2 for Maisie Bushman, setting up for the last play of the first quarter. Passes up the 3. They're going to count that. Kelvin Katorba hits a 3 at the buzzer.
In art class, we made clay. There were parent volunteers, and my mom was one of them. We made clay, which was really fun. When we first got there, Miss Alva assisted us with all the different directions and all that fun stuff.
We just want to be able to have an event where students and parents can get together in the school, have some fun, relax a little bit, have some conversation with each other, and just really get to know each other as a community.
If there's a group that meets quarterly to talk about regional issues and all the municipalities are at the table, it's a perfect opportunity to start ironing out some of those things you're talking about.
Thank you for taking an active interest in what goes on in Williamson County. And come to our mix and mingles, come to our events, and we'll try to get you as much information about as many candidates and as many races as possible.
That's why I always say end of a game, oh, that guy missed it. Well, all of it matters.
That's right.
Did you miss a free throw in the first quarter? Did you hit a jumper in the first quarter? So it all adds up. Obviously, that was a big one there. Congratulations on win 300. And listen, I know you're not going to say it, but as the former Franklin coach, could it be any sweeter than to get it over the traditional rival, Brentwood, on the road?
No, I'll say it. I'm very, very, very happy to get a win. At Brentwood, anytime we can do it, we're happy.
24 minutes left in the third quarter. Paul Brees, Justin Ventline here in our WCTV Game of the Week.
Powell with the drive.
Oh,
good
that's
kick
nice.
out. Yeah.
Just attract the attention.
Good kick by Powell. Anna Walton Wright able to convert off the glass.
Oh, and a nice scoop right here.
Mooborn goes against Montgomery. He's going to get caught with the and one.
You don't want to get Jet Montgomery with a head of a little burst of speed in the open court.
I'm McKenna Aquino, class of 2024.
McKenna is, the word is prolific. She makes so much artwork.
The amount that she's done for the school and what the school asks her to do, I mean, she does it, and she does it with, patience and passion.
A little over 10 years ago, we created Franklin Forward, which is our strategic plan to help direct us on how we plan our services. It's involved in our budget. In addition to that, there were multiple metrics that we utilized to help us find out if we were doing what we were supposed to be doing.
The Planning Commission's role in this is to either recommend or not. Only the County Commission can adopt amendments to the zoning ordinance, okay? So your role is a recommendation.
If you could zoom in a little bit. Hey, Creekwood. Let me let you guys in on something. Don't foul Nathan Dillingham.
Yeah, why?
15 for 15 from the free throw. So you hear me? Don't foul Dillingham.
Don't foul Dillingham. Foul somebody else.
Zoom back out. Zoom back. It's too
That
close.
was good.
It's
I
too
like
close.
that. You've got to play into the strengths of your team. And those guys are competitors and they're physical and, they love my style and my style kind of fits them. So I think it's a good fit for everybody. But, a lot of mine is I'm just tired.
Oh, Elliott, pick it. Rose pulled a 3.
Brandmore clears out space, able to get the...
Wow, just like that,
time.
Justin, 40-19. I mean, it was 23-17 at halftime.
Yes.
And here we go. Tanner Lee against Brimhall, the freshman. McKelvey, Reed against Brown. Patton, a layup, and it's good. And that's it. That's the game. Daniel Patton with the left-hand layup to end it.
It's come to you as a recommendation from them, the 7-1 vote, with the residential dwelling piece removed. So you all can take action on it as presented or as the Planning Commission has recommended. If you choose to amend it on the floor to something different than that, you will have to refer it back to the Planning Commission for their review. Just keep that in mind.
It's often difficult for young children to grasp hard concepts. The best way to teach or share these hard concepts is through stories. In order for students to understand how others might feel, I use the book Have You Filled a Bucket Today by Carol McLeod. The story shares that everyone's bucket has a different amount of joy and happiness in it.
More of our neighborhood watch, more of the Gladys Kravitz, you know, but Tiny is actually super affectionate and always has an eye on all the latest neighborhood news. Don't you, Tiny?
Meow. I've already seen 3 dogs out here today with no collars on. They're running everywhere. They're going crazy. Meow.
We've got some different types of habitat here that makes it really unique for birding, and anybody that's amateur or professional, man, they come out here, bring the binoculars, books, put on a good pair of snake chaps and some tick spray, and yeah.
It's going to be an adventure, sounds like.
It's going to be an adventure, but you've got an opportunity to get into some different type of habitats where you're going to see birds in a really close area and get to see a lot of different types of birds.
I don't think there's any place that's better than Williamson County, Coach Miller.
I totally agree. You know, I've said it for years. It's the selflessness of the coaches and being able to work one-on-one with one another. I know my guys have been in his room and his guys in my room, and it's the selflessness of the coaches and the wrestlers branching out to find, that better competition to train with each other year round. Usually we have somebody that's an assistant football coach that they need to get a supplement to that takes over wrestling. Now we got wrestling guys that care about wrestling and want to do it, as long as the wrestlers want to do it. So I think it's definitely dedication from the coaches and the wrestlers, what you've seen over the last couple of years.
Single words sift through gaps in my desk. How many friends have slipped by? How many years each one gone? Ignored but not lost, ready to be forged fresh and gleaming.
Oftentimes our booster clubs, if there's an offset that needs to be fundraised, booster clubs help cover that difference. If there are several students who can't pay their fees and there's still things that need to be purchased for the athletic program, but no student is turned away for participating in our extracurriculars due to an inability to pay a fee.
It's been a process of working on a timeline just to highlight events and achievements within our Black community and throughout time.
It's been pretty much a total school effort. We do not eliminate anybody that wants to be a contributor to this cause, because education, whether it's Black history or whether it's calculus, is all important.
We had a great experience this past year. We got to watch at Page High School a fall of high school football, and what a public school does for our community is unbelievable. It adds a cohesiveness that brings the community together. I am worried that we're going to get further and further apart if we start building these silos with tax money.
Hey kids, it's Mel Kiper of the WCS District Basketball Tournament.
Who's this sidekick?
I got Krusty over here. Hey, I must have lost weight. The nose stayed on.
Studied if technology is helpful or harmful to modern society.
We have learned about this in many different ways, including technology museums where we actually got to interact with some old technologies of the past, and dystopian novels, which could say maybe what will happen in the future.
We have in Williamson County over the last few years kind of done a shift towards really focusing in on PLC work. PLC stands for Professional Learning Community, and it's all about the goal of all students learning at high levels.
They don't really have lakes around that part of town. They're river folk. Unless they go down to Pickwick, which I know he wasn't a big Pickwick guy. So my man, Coach Wilkins, he probably headed down or over I-40 West, went to Cuba Landing. He's kind of a tri-tune guy with the young kids. He had the Suzuki 225 all the way down on that tri-tune. Boat Race City. Thanks for playing, Lincoln County. I would tell you to stick to football, but you done messed that up too. Thanks for playing.
Band kids are the best kids in the world. Anyway, it's all been positive and wonderful growth and just hopefully good memories. It's been a wonderful culmination, and it's something that I look forward to every single year in Williamson County. It's just a fantastic opportunity for all the students.
I don't care if we're in 1 district, 4 districts, 67 districts, only 1 can be a winner. And when you're in the same region, only 2 can make the state tournament. Well, that's happened. Iron sharpens iron, Brentwood and Indy in the state tournament.
It's always an exciting day to celebrate what is a crowning moment for in the lives of a high school student athlete. To commit yourself to to continue your athletic participation at the next level. It's quite a commitment. It's really putting it as an understatement unless you have experienced that yourself as a parent or even as an athlete.
When I talk to people from other parts of the state or even other parts of the country, and I share how things are conducted, how business is conducted here, and they can't believe that that it's handled the way it is. So it truly has been an honor, and I really appreciate every one of you and the efforts that you put forth in making Williamson County the beautiful county that it is. Thank you.
Kind of at a loss for words, to be quite honest with you. This is such a tremendous opportunity for me to serve the citizens of Williamson County. I want to thank the citizens of Williamson County who have elected me. I promise to do the very best job that I possibly can to fulfill the role of Sheriff of Williamson County.
Today is our very first day in the brand new building at Brentwood Middle School, and we are so excited to have just a beautiful, fresh space.
When I walked in this morning, I saw this lobby area, and I was like, whoa, this is nice. And I was super excited. I've been really excited all spring break about it.
If he's not having accidents in his crate in those other areas, like when you leave the house, if you leave to go out to dinner overnight, I wouldn't say it's such an anxiety issue, right? It's more that he just doesn't want to be alone outside. Because if he's sleeping in his crate comfortably now and you know he's not fussing, it's not separation anxiety.
Making sure we maintain trust with the County Commission is extremely important. They're our funding body. That's the structure in Tennessee. You all vote on the expense side, and ultimately the County Commission needs to vote on the revenue side. So I do encourage you all as individual board members to have those conversations with your commissioners over these next few months because they'll be making a decision in June based on their schedule.
The only thing I want TDOT to do, my biggest complaint from Williamson County, is the widening of Highway 31 in Spring Hill, and we did get that on the 10-year plan, and I'm hoping we get the interchange opened up pretty soon down there, and hoping that takes some traffic off of 31, and those folks down Spring Hill gives them a little bit of relief. I guess that would be the west side of town there on 31.
Independence High School boys basketball, state champion in basketball, first state championship since 1989 when the Franklin High School Rebels at the time, now Admirals, defeated Whites Creek 43-42. It was almost to the day. It was March 16th for the Independence win, March 18th for Franklin. 35 years in the making. We're talking about our two boys basketball state championships. The most recent, Coach Mark Wilkins. Congratulations, Coach. It's less than a week old, that state championship. And then we've got the old fella. 35 years ago, 1989, Franklin High School. And even though this is the coach's show, and a lot of you remember Coach Johnson as the longtime successful boys basketball coach at Franklin, also the girls basketball coach. Now he's the AD. He's here today because he was the starting point guard for Franklin High School in 1989. Coach, how's that sound?
Well, like you said, 35 years ago, so many pounds and many years ago.
My name is Drew Daniels. I'm a volunteer with Williamson Fire and Rescue, and today I'm here with Dr. Birdwell and Coda to talk about the spay and neuter program.
So just to introduce the starter show, this is Miss Coda right here. Super sweet, available for adoption. You can view her through our website, or if you want to come to the shelter yourself, come meet her.
There's 3 teams. We've got drawing, painting, and sculpting. And a group of 4 comes together and create art with twists.
It's a great creative challenge where artists come together to problem solve art challenges.
A melange of types, each faithful to its tribe, but all inhabiting our woods. In the first few green days of the year, sounds out of desperate chorus signals the world is not at an end.
Everyone needs to see what is now the first facility of its kind in Tennessee and a model facility in the region and nation. And we're just getting started. We will have something that we can all be proud of as Tennesseans, meeting the needs of families.
This eclipse is probably going to prompt a lot more people to try to observe it because, first of all, there's a lot more people within driving distance. And second, we went through the 2017 eclipse and a lot of people who saw it for the first time have now caught eclipse fever, and they're going to try to catch it again.
Centennial Brentwood, Coach Serban and Coach Powell, they go back a long way. Centennial gets a 2-1 win. And it leads us to our first spring gym of the year. 28 total strikeouts in the game. So there are 42 outs
Yes.
in a full 7-inning game, which it was. The game was played at Brentwood.
That's impressive.
28 of those are strikeouts. 28 out of 42, that's 2/3. Lexi Vernon for Centennial, she gets the win, 13 strikeouts. Marina Mason, 15.
The red button and the wax figure will tell you all about themselves, okay?
Today we had a live wax museum at Amanda North. I was Harriet Tubman in the wax museum, and we had to look up some stuff and learn about them to write our speech. I got to tell lots of people about why I was famous. I was one of the Wright brothers' Orville.
This week, you might notice I have a puppy in a cat stroller. Well, that's because Rigatoni here, she's almost 40 pounds and she gets a little heavy when you hold her a while. We don't let our puppies walk the grounds here for their safety until they've been fully vaccinated. Now, Rigatoni is a German Shepherd, Australian Shepherd mix, and this gal is very friendly.
This is very important. Okay. A lot of people just grab the tick by the middle of the body and pull it off. That is absolutely the wrong thing to do, because if there's any leftover blood in the digestive tract even, or any rickettsias in the bacteria in the digestive tract, and you grab that tick in the middle,
you're injecting yourself, aren't you?
Squirting blood back into you.
I thought this was a sad story, but kind of inspirational. Travis Fowler from Franklin had gone to his grandmother's funeral that day and just played lights out that night. So shout out to Travis. I know he was playing with a heavy heart, Tate.
Without a doubt. Thoughts to him and his family, but he already had the respect of his teammates and coaches and opponents, but that really gained some respect right there. That's tough to do. And I'm sure, knowing like a lot of ours would, that's probably what his grandmother would have wanted him to do.
No question.
No blossoms come as all predicted, for swirling snow is unrestricted. Instead of blue skies and a breeze, it's gray above and strong winds freeze. Although I plan to see spring flowers, do you know what? God sent snow showers.
So the county applied for and was granted a $400,000 award from the federal DOT to create a safety action plan for all of Williamson County. And that action plan would identify the locations that receive the most and the worst accidents. It will also identify either projects or other strategies to help address those safety needs. So that's kind of a big deal.
With a planner, I can put something in a format, but then make it my own.
It really was just a proud moment. Seeing her work so hard, and then she finally gets that $1,000 check, it was just like, yes, she did it.
Make sure you're really finding things that you're passionate about, because at the end of the day, if you're not happy doing something, then it's not worth it.
She's just really good at everything she does.
I think that she's definitely going places.
Rhea, class of 2024.
This week, John Wilkins hired as the new basketball coach for the Brentwood girls team. Nice hire by Williamson County Schools and Brentwood High School.
Great hire, I would say. And if the name sounds familiar, that is because he is the brother of Independence head basketball coach Mark Wilkins. He's been at McKenzie High School, which is, as you know, that's over a little West Tennessee-ish, over by Huntington, the Carroll Lake area. So great hire.
Fraction General Hospital is like where you learn how to do fractions and get better at it, but you also have fun and get to wear fun costumes.
There's an operating table where you solve fractions.
The budget that we proposed and that you all approved establishes the minimum teacher salary at $50,100. So based on our budget, if it gets approved, again, knowing that we're 15 million short right now to get this done, we will be $100 in 1 year ahead of the governor's minimum.
The microchipping is something that we encourage everyone to do with every pet you have in your home. For example, God forbid, but anything like a fire or something happen and your animal get away from you and they run away, with a microchip in them, any veterinarian can run a wand over them, get that microchip number and find out who the owner of that dog is.
But here's the stat of the week. Maddie Brewer was on the receiving end of 5 of the 6 touchdowns, and she had 26 flag pulls from her defensive position.
Wow.
That's getting after it.
You did your homework too. Not only did they get after it, you got after it.
Amen. Brought the juice.
I'm very passionate and happy that I was able to partner with the Williamson County Health Department, the Anti-Drug Coalition, the courts and the schools to raise awareness on something that I'm very passionate about, substance abuse and mental health. Today it is very alarming to see what we're up against, being the fact that this is the leading cause of death in America for 50-year-old individuals and younger. Being a father, having kids, I believe it is very important that we create conversation, create topics, and start discussing it.
I'm one of the student support service teachers here at Page High School. Today is World Down Syndrome Awareness Day. This day we were wearing crazy socks to help bring awareness to Down syndrome.
It was super exciting, big event, fun to bring it.
Yes, it was so great to make it school-wide and just to see the level of engagement, to see every faculty member involved and cheering kids on. It was a win, so I would love to see it continue.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about Nolan. So I know we've said this a few times. They're not the new puppies anymore.
No.
But they've really come of age out there at that school. A lot of fun.
Really fast.
A lot of fun.
On May 13th, the mayor will present a proclamation to the County Commission that speaks to the great things our heroes do here today. It will also publicly recognize the telecommunicators here in Williamson County as first responders.
Now, we're sitting here in Williamson County with an amazing sheriff's department, with amazing city police departments, a county commission who put school resource officers in every one of our schools long before the state ever provided the money to do it. We are blessed here in Williamson County.
I always think that you go through things so that you can help other people through them. And for me, it's like, I would love to be able to be a voice for other people that are stuck in their shame, or that have a hard time talking about it, to go, oh wait, she went through that? Okay, well maybe I can talk to someone too.
And we all know the value of music education and what it does to develop the whole student. So by these instruments being in the classroom with all these teachers, every student now has access to music education.
Once upon a time, there was a princess who kissed a frog who happened to betray a shocking fish. She was caught by a fisher girl who wished for gold, but instead became a witch that tried to eat 2 children, one of whom grew up to marry a woodcutter who would have a daughter that would make a series of deals with the devil and enchantress and a weird little man for her firstborn child, who would eventually be locked away in a tower before having her hair cut off and meeting a prince in the desert.
Around and around we go.
brain imaging studies, which have shown that kind and compassionate feelings cause changes in our prefrontal cortex. And with kindness practice, that area gets more and more accessible.
As this county has changed and grown and become more sophisticated, it may make more sense that the interim development policies for Franklin's UGB might be different than for Nolensville's UGB.
I can't tell you how many times I've sat with families and they sit and you start to talk to them about all these symptoms, and all of a sudden they're like, gosh, now it makes so much more sense. This was going on 7 or 8 years ago. Why did we not ever pick up on this?
They can help you learn how to and when to support your loved one that's struggling with substance abuse. And I would also like to say that Williamson County 911 will always be here to answer your call whenever you need it.
Want to be fair. I think we're fair and balanced here on Sports Connection. Do you agree?
Fairly fair and
Fairly
balanced.
fair and balanced. Fairly fair. Don't know about balance.
We're fair. I like what you just said. We're fair, but we're not balanced.
We're fair, we're not balanced.
I want to again say thank you for our staff for being here, parents for being here supporting your son or daughter, and most importantly for our students as we got to celebrate you all tonight. What a great honor it was. So everybody give a big hand of applause for them.
Little Shane Pantal, as I knew him, or Dr. Shane Pantal and I have something in common. We're both the kids of Franklin High School teachers. So with that in mind, we know a lot about the commitment that your teachers have and the sacrifices they make.
Is it correct that our regulations state when the construction plans are required versus preliminary plans and how that timeline works?
Yes, ma'am. So included in your packet, we outlined the subdivision regulations that clearly state when the construction plans are due.
Brentwood wins both the boys and girls over Ravenwood. What a team Brentwood has. Again, if you're talking about spring fling, a real shot. I'm going to talk about the big one now. Obviously the WCS spring fling, they've been doing it. They could very easily, there's a scenario where they could win both tennis, they could win both track, and win soccer.
I'm Sam Frank, class of 2024.
He's just one of the best. We always want to try and be as close to what Sam Frank was.
He's the quintessential student athlete.
Parenting children today is different than it has ever been. And there's this little thing called the internet that has created havoc among our kids. And if there's one piece of advice I could give parents right now, it's limit the amount of time that your children have on the internet.
We're all going to work to continue to keep our county the best place to live, work, and raise their family. We have something very, very special, not only in our individual cities, but our county.
There's no substitute for time. There's no substitute for people. And I talk about that regularly because it's true. It's real. No amount of money can create the environment that we have. No amount of money can do it, but people can, and you guys do. And that's what makes it so great for me, for us to be able to celebrate you.
we get to learn cultures and new countries and how we all get to have fun all together.
We have the most diverse school in the county, so we get to celebrate where everyone's from.
Which is really something special because everyone should be represented and respected.
Nolensville, baseball and softball. They were, during the regular season, a combined 31-4. Okay, 31-4. When you count the postseason tournament, they were 8-0. I'm talking district now, 39-4. Had to get that in because that, my friends, is big.
And we do have permanent full-time staff available in the reading room as well to provide reference service. So no matter what your comfort or skill level, if you've done your entire family tree, if you're trying to get started the first time, we've got resources and staff there that can help you.
If you don't feel alone, you can tackle anything. And for me, that has been the key. Like, you are not alone, because we may not have had the same exact story, but we're driving down the same highway and we're trying to get to the same place. And I think that is the importance of the communication. That is the importance of parents knowing that if their kid is doing, or even their parent is going through something, that's happening 10,000 other times around the country, but nobody's talking about it.
This would potentially implicate our participation as a 3-star county. And I can't say that it would definitely do X or Y without going back and looking at the program. And quite honestly, I didn't review that prior to tonight. But yeah, I believe it is part of that. But we still have an underlying obligation to provide economic development in the county. If you don't do it through Williamson, Inc., you're going to have to do it in another manner.
Teacher, how do you spell carrots? C-A-R-R. How dare you be an evil boy! Gilbert! Are you bleeding, Gilbert?
And surely, what is the meaning of this?
I do appreciate the work of the policy committee in trying to make the best of a challenging situation with this. I think the decision tree is effective and is a good tool to work from. I'm just not there on this policy.
We all have peaks and valleys in life. Curveballs can come our way. And it's important to know what mental health is so we can not have this stigma, to fear it and think it's these other people. We can support our loved ones that may be going through a tough time.
We just got great people, man. We got great kids, we got great people, we got great families in our community. So it's been fun. And like I said earlier, we all get along well. I think we started so tight knit and so small, and it's grown, but like that tight knit feel has still been there.
Addiction is giving up everything for one thing, and recovery is giving up one thing for everything.
Memorial Day is unlike any other holiday. It's a somber reminder that freedom is not free. It comes at a great cost, a cost that's been paid for by generations of brave Americans who gave everything they had so that we can continue to enjoy the blessings of liberty.
Join an organization you care about. Maybe it's, water or cancer, whatever nonprofit you're passionate about. Join that group. Become a leader in that group. And then when you go speak to your representative, you're not bringing one vote, you're bringing 100 votes.
It's not just mental health. I think we talk about it as mental health right now because it's a buzzword and we know everybody needs it. And it's not just something that when you get ill or you're struggling, you need to pay attention to it on a regular basis. But I think it's mental, emotional, relational health.
I want to thank the candidates for coming. They've completed surveys. Those are on our website where they had a little bit more time to answer the questions. So give those a good read. Okay, it takes courage to step forward and run like this. And again, we appreciate you all for that.
3 team champions, 3 runners-up, and then when you look at the individuals, which we'll get into in just a second, 16 more state champions, 13 runners-up. It's nuts.
It's nuts.
It reads like fiction. But when you're in WCS, let me tell y'all.
Are they zooming in on you right now?
It's reality.
It's reality.
It's reality when you're here.
Wade again with 3 receivers to his right, looks right, fires right, and this time again.
He's got him.
That is
number 13.
13 is Brady Pierce.
The cicadas are back with their drones, rise and ebbs. There is no more sleep, no more silence among the white headstones on Memorial Weekend.
Considering whether or not the use is appropriate in the zoning district, in the location.
And if it is, it will not come back to this body, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
The zoning ordinance permits the staff to review and approve the site plan.
You all should be so proud of the legacy that you are leaving behind. From the moment we stepped through the doors as freshmen during COVID to now seniors eagerly waiting to walk across the stage. We showed up, we worked hard, and we supported each other every step of the way.
As I reflect on how much the cities are paying, it just didn't seem as fair, and I think it's an opportunity for us to discuss because the cities do get benefit from what Williamson Inc. does and the businesses that are located here. So I think this conversation is more than appropriate for us to have with the cities, and I hope the cities come to the table.
This is not a poor person's disease. This is not a dumb person's disease. This is not an intellectual's disease. This is a human disease. And it is so important to recognize that you're not alone and you're not isolated, because when you start to recognize that, it becomes a lot easier to have conversations and open up about it. And when you're having conversations, as we've mentioned before, then you can start to get to the root of the problem.
On the boys' side, you got Evan Lee, Drew Miller, Stephen Smith, Olive Brentwood, Carter Terry. I'm glad he got in there from Fairview.
Back up, Terry.
So Carter. Carter Terry.
What is he doing?
Carter Terry is the runner-up in doubles, which was great. Partnered up with Sam Frank. He played #1 singles for Fairview all year.
Bevan again trying to make a name for himself, but give is outside. I
Wow,
believe
that
that's
guy.
to Sparks, and Sparks
Look out.
takes it down the sideline, foot race to the end zone, and Sparks will score.
Holy mackerel, look at that.
48 yards out.
We have an exciting round of student and staff spotlights this evening. We are going to begin. Some of you may recall at last month's board meeting, Ms. Birdsong hinted that we have a number of perfect ACT students that we want to recognize. Well, we have more than a few. We have 27 students who have earned that honor, and we're going to recognize them tonight.
I just started doing river cleanups just with my family, and then it got bigger, starting to do it with organizations like Keep Tennessee River Beautiful. I work a lot with them. Living Lands and Waters, I've worked with them before, and so far I've removed 45,000 pounds of trash, so those little cleanups with my family, now it's gotten to here.
Phoebe, you've earned every penny of it. Thank you for finding our way through it. Mayor Anderson, your leadership and guidance and wisdom in showing us a new way to look at how to solve a problem. We're all in this to solve problems. I was just talking with some of our school board members, and we found a way to do it, and it took all the team pulling together, and the votes reflected. So thank you.
Relational poverty is this idea that we are at a deficit in our relationships, not the amount of contacts we have, not the amount of likes we get, but meaningful relationships. We were wired for connection, we're built for community, and yet we have less of that than ever before, which is devastating.
She knows how to sit. She supposedly knows how to shake. Oh, you do? And she knows down as well, but she really loves stuffies.
And another
sidewind.
Yeah. Going to be picked up clean.
Calvin Wall with the return here. Finds a slot.
Can Wells lock him down? He's not going to be able to catch him.
And he's able to bring it back to the house. So Calvin Wall.
Wow.
Days before he passed away, he called me and shared his concern for our public schools, and we both shared that concern. And he gave me great advice. I always followed his advice when it came to our public schools, because Bill was so devoted to this county and to the students and to the future of this county.
Weber under center. He's going to fake. He's going to pitch it out to the outside running room down the sidelines. This is number 32. Austin Johnson, and he's going to go all the way in for the score.
You can kind of see in the text editor how it looks, but I will say if you want to see how your margins look, how you're running headers, your page numbers, you're going to have to export, and you will export your book about 1,006 times. I do apologize for the state of your downloads folder on your computer.
We all go through difficult times. We all have our ups and downs. That's life. And so there are resources out there to help us out of those low points in our life and get back to a normal life. So look up those resources. Find Hope Franklin's got many of them.
My question to you is, how many voices are in your ears when brothers, dads, do they give you so much like criticism and or suggestions constantly? What does that look like at home?
So my brother played for Centennial. He graduated in 2021, and I think I taught him more than he taught me.
Oh, there we go.
Love this.
There we go, Addison.
This year at the EIC, at the Entrepreneurship Innovation Center, I overheard a female soccer player and volleyball player discussing their hopes and their dreams to get into the Wilco and be a finalist. And I stopped, and they had no earthly idea that I had anything to do with this. And I was like, does it mean that much to you? She goes, it means everything to us.
This book wouldn't have happened if it hadn't been for Judy Hayes. Judy was very supportive of the Bethesda book because she's of Grigsby and that's where they come from. She also taught there, but she said, the Burwood book really needs to be reprinted. And I said, oh, yes, it does, because it's been out of print forever, and people want a history of Burwood.
Poetry is the news that stays news. I've lived with this characterization of poetry for almost 40 years now, and I suppose I'm no closer to understanding what he means than I did as an undergraduate, discovering this new kind of language called poetry.
I never would have met these ladies and got to enjoy them if I had not joined. We're from different churches, we live in different parts of the city, have different interests, but we all come together as a unit. And we all like to cook, we like to sew, we like to learn.
I'm local and my services are free. So how can I help you? How can I assist you with making decisions or knowing how to go to the next thing so that you know you're not walking this journey alone? And you're not, look around the room. You can have a support group right here just by turning around and going, I'm a caregiver and my name is Lynn. And then, go from there. So you're not alone. You're not alone.
If I'm engaging Celia, I don't ever want to be standing above her, talking at her. I try to really get down on her level and make eye contact to create a safer space. So active listening, body language are two huge things, and just normalizing, hey, if you are struggling, it's okay, and validating them. It just changes the whole conversation.
The number one thing that you can do is microchip your animal. As Terry said, keeping them in a safe location and secured during fireworks, turning on television or music, something to sort of dampen the sound.
Critchlow sprints to his left, squares his shoulders, back to the middle, wide open, touchdown! Rebels, a loop hill, 29 yards.
Williamson County has had standards for these systems in place for almost the whole life of this technology in Tennessee. Williamson County and Rutherford County, through Consolidated Utility District, had the forethought to establish enforceable standards. In Williamson County, it was through the local zoning ordinance.
We've journeyed down a well-worn way in search of those who couldn't stay, now lost in mist where shadows play, a distant place called yesterday.
He's kind of the gentle, dainty type in our play groups. Most of the time, he prefers being a couch potato, watching traffic go by and being petted. He does enjoy a good little walk, and he's very easy to walk. So if you'd like to learn more about Bastion and all of our other dogs that we have at the center, and right now we have quite a few large dogs, please come on by and pay us a visit.
We saw some really nice bluegill caught on Free Fishing Day, but yeah, partnered with tourism and the Bill Dance Giant Bass Open and the state parks, of course, that were great hosts. Really had a nice event, a lot of activities for people. We had around 200 kids registered. Of course, their families were there helping them fish, and everybody seemed to have a nice time. A lot of fish were caught.
The opportunity that has been given to me, I've just been blessed to be able to come to work and work for Williamson County and serve Williamson County in different capacities. I started in Williamson County as a telecommunicator answering 911 and then moved from there. And I appreciate the different county executives and mayors, and especially Mayor Anderson.
Manuel Hall, the bottom of your screen, in motion. They're going to hand off to him.
Here comes the reverse.
He's going to kick the reverse. He's got a man wide open running. He's got him. Wide open is Prince. Prince makes one heck of a move, and he's going to run into the end zone.
Holy smokes.
My gosh, I cannot believe they dialed that sucker up on third down.
Toward the barn with its tractor, its hay bales, its tools, small boy disappearing behind the tall door, where grandpa is waiting with tool using law. So what if the tall grass will get his shoes wet? He's finished his breakfast, he's ready to jet.
So if you're looking for a very handsome, very cute, very social, very friendly, and playful dog, I want y'all to look no further than Scooby. You don't even need to solve a mystery. Hop in your mystery machine and come on down and meet Scooby and all of his pals here at the center.
But more importantly, you were quoted saying, it's important to understand history, where you've been before you know, and where you're going. And I think we even had a picture of that was on the slideshow just a second ago. But Dad, you've made history. You've created departments, jobs, policies, boxes, and so much more. When people look back on what has brought Williamson County Public Safety to this point, they will look no further than Bill Jorgensen. The legacy you have left here will be everlasting, and it could literally withstand an F5 tornado.
It's third down for the Raptors in goal. Becker takes a snap, and he's got room. Becker's going to step up, gets a couple blocks. Now he's wide open man. The defense broke down, and that's what Michael Becker does. That's what T.C. Jennings did for this Ravenwood team.
This county is one of the few counties across the state that took on that journey, that took on that challenge to say, this is how we want to grow. And we'll file that in Nashville. Hopefully, we'll be able to grow when the cities need to grow. And all of this is about planning for our schools, planning for our areas.
Fitting in about 20 minutes of exercise, whether that's walking or light resistance with weights, is also very helpful for weight management, is really all you need to start with. And then making small diet changes, such as cutting out sugary sodas or things like that, and finding a suitable alternative. Managing your diabetes should not be a form of torture in any way, because that is just not fun and not a way to make sustainable changes.
We met at a member's house, and one of our members was going to be a grandmother for the first time. So we had a baby shower for her, things that she could keep at her house for her new grandchild. And Mary was there, which is always a plus.
Ireland has traditionally been associated with the Northeast Seaboard, you know, with your Bostons, your New Yorks, Philadelphias, and it's been a kind of a process of overdue correction that we pay attention to our Irish communities in the Southeast. And Tennessee has an amazing story in that regard. About 10% of Tennesseans are Irish or Scots-Irish. And I think specifically that Scots-Irish connection is something we're really interested to explore.
Well, you think about a wildlife officer, you think, well, we're going to be out checking hunter and fishermen, you know, and just be out in the woods. But I mean, you could come across anything, and you guys are equipped now, just like a police officer or even a paramedic in some cases, how to take care of an issue or help with any way you can, right?
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah, we were actually discussing that on the ride here this morning. It's a big responsibility. Yeah. Glad we're here. Glad we were able to take that oath and swear in.
They got those linebackers close. See them, Kevin? They're running like a 3-5. In motion this time, they do get the ball to Franklin. They get a steal block. Franklin gets outside of the blocks. In there. Touchdown, Franklin. Yellow Jackets, 13-point lead, 34-21, with point after upcoming to make it 14. They had respect. The whole crowd is going nuts.
They don't want you to just give your stuff away and then apply the next day and say, please take care of me, state of Tennessee. Although in a way, it's so unfair. Those of us who save money, you know, don't get on Medicaid, and the people that don't save any money do get on Medicaid. So it's kind of, I can argue, you know, I got a degree in philosophy and I was a trial lawyer. I can argue both sides of everything.
Thanks, WCS, for this chance to be witty.
We're great at welcoming back students without being cringy.
Roses are red.
TSMS loves blue.
We're ready to roll.
Thunder, are you?
Welcome back, Nolensville Knights.
We are one.
Everyone geared onto homemakers. So that's what we called ourselves for years. Anyway.
And that's what you were doing. You were making better homes for everybody.
Yes, and also working for the community.
This is a final plat review for Grave Barn Farms, large lot easement subdivision containing 4 lots on 109.92 acres located off of Kennard Springs Road in the 9th voting district.
You know, I always see us as being the hunters. We make our defense a shirt. It's a black shirt, and it has a kangaroo on the back, which they find funny, but kangaroo is a deadly animal. I don't know if y'all know, kangaroos pull their prey down in the water and drown their prey, you know, when they get in a fight. But across the front it says Predator. It's got a picture of the Predator, the movie, and it says Predator. And that's what our defense lives by.
Now a handoff. And now Bear's going to throw it. He's got a man open. It's Isaac Ball. Touchdown. Even on the drop, that play was set up at the halftime And I guarantee you the coaching staff said, if we get an opportunity with good field position, we're going to take the chance at this play.
Literally in 60 years, I've probably met hundreds of ladies. So many of them have passed on, or some was here just temporarily and moved on. And but I have formed some of the sweetest relationships with those people.
Some couples sleep in separate rooms. It's the snoring, they say. Others sleep comforted by the connection. It's the snoring, they say.
This will be a voice vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, Mr. Riggers.
Good blocking, coming in off the corners. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I tell you, I know you all can't see it because the camera's not facing that way, but there is a bright yellow harvest moon and it is shining on Ryan Nichols and Franklin High School tonight.
I can't believe it. This is, I'm not watching it. I don't.
Trick or treat.
We are so excited to be able to offer something for everyone throughout the community, whether it's livestock, pageants, quilts, shows, entertainment, music, and more. We like to pride ourselves on being here countywide community pride.
You're doing when you walk, you're proving ain't no fool can keep you down. Woman, keep on moving. You know what you're doing.
This is the scariest job in the world. 1, 2, 1. Whoa, man.
I love that they just told their old students to come by if they needed motivation or if they were nervous about the year. It just shows the heart they have behind their teaching and that they're really here for the kids.
We have a traffic issue, and every day on all of those lanes, there's 3,000 vehicles an hour. And so if you arrive early and you don't want to move, you're causing the backup. So we're trying to always keep the flow.
School boards, in so many ways, are the closest to the people they serve among any elected position. And I want to thank you all for your time.
The Battle of Franklin.
Hey, Coach Atkins, I know you're new. That's your first game. By the way, we have a coach's show during the week. You have to come tape. And during warm-ups, you've got to come over and talk to us at game day.
You know, in my office, there's the big believe sign that Ted Lasso had. And I was like, we as coaches, you can't be the only one that believe. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe that you are good enough, that you've worked hard enough, that you've put your time in, that you can be successful. And it's been, kind of the culture I've been setting that, hard work pays off.
Snap is bobbled. Oh no, he's got a chance at it. Gaka!
Call.
They got it! They got it!
Caught it!
Sean Gaka, he did it!
And it's pandemonium here.
Holy
the
mackerel!
Admirals charge the field.
When the club first started in 1928, there was one church, one store, a two-room school, and a garage and a blacksmith shop. And my grandmother was the first person in Arno to have the Arno Home Demonstration Club in her home.
Good evening. My name is Reagan Dell. I am contestant number 5. My favorite part of the fair is the community aspect and how it really brings together all walks of life for one event every single year. Thank you and welcome to the 2024 Fairest of the Fair pageant.
beautiful. And he made it. Let's hear it for Aaron.
See if these things y'all want to figure out.
The best thing about the first day of school is just a fresh start. It's a fresh start for our staff, it's a fresh start for our kids, and we want all of our students to jump in and get involved in the school, take advantage of opportunities that they have this year, and we look forward to an exciting year.
And I didn't realize how well known this chicken was until I got older. And of course, I'm 78 years old now, and people have come from all over the world for this chicken, and it's totally, totally amazing.
Page girls and Page boys will be hard to beat. Now, we said that last year too, and they were, but you turn around, you look up, and Brentwood's winning the boys' title. They've got a lot to say about that.
You think Page girls are you almost willing to say
they're
write it in pen?
They're going to pen.
There's nothing like high school football. So I feel like I do a pretty good job of reminding them, enjoy this process. They're all going to be early enrollees too. So, we got 4 months and they're going. You look at it all from those ways, it's kind of sad. But the impact they've had on our program is just phenomenal. And, it's obviously something I don't take lightly.
Page is just dominated. It's a six.
And that's a Rebush.
That's Rebush. Does he have the speed to get around the corner? It's a pick six.
It is.
It's a pick six right there.
I got 607, 8. I got 708. I got 8. Would you give me 750? Thank you. Now 800. Let's get our CO2 and CO Bell courtesy of Bunny's Party Hour. Thank you, Bunny, for your continued support. We will be looking for an entry from Danny Fry from Class 1, an entry from Haley Poyer from Class 2, the entry that doesn't let the ring from Class 3, Bill Robson.
One of the oldest tricks in the book. You hold the coloring book, nothing to color. Unless you give the coloring book a gentle little shake, it fills with magicians. You want to add color, you just blow. They colorize themselves, shake it, and look, they instantly all disappear. Is it obvious I don't have friends my own age? Yes, it is.
She enjoyed crafting and show and tell, and that particular club was really big into crafting and sewing and things of that sort. And it really gave my mother an opportunity to shine with the things that she enjoyed to do.
Good memories.
Good memories.
Empowering yourself about any disease process and what you can do to better yourselves and your quality of life is essential. In my opinion, and I think will help all of us to live a better life, whatever that may look like.
We have until the end of September, end of this month, in which to commit these funds that are out there with the American Rescue Plan. Once September rolls by and we don't have it, we lose this $3 million.
Hey kids, it's the clown show of the week. It's your host, DJ and Tate. We think we really know what we're talking about. Apologies, Centennial. Maybe we should just keep our picks to ourselves.
You know what my favorite part of the clown show of the week is?
When the nose falls off.
The kids more who kind of got me onto it. I was like, wait, what is this? And then I saw you and Tate, and
every time y'all do the X, I lose it every time. I love it. It's almost like, I feel like you choreograph it, you do a couple practice runs before you shoot, because it's well timed. It's always in cue for sure.
And we'll see it here once again.
Special thanks to the
Good job by the left tackle right there, sealing the edge. Weebush had all sorts of room to take that one in.
As county commissioner for many, many years, you are very vital in the building of this home Expo Park out here in Ag Arena, and you come every year and support this program. You donate money for scholarships. We cannot thank Ms. Judy Hayes enough. Thank you so much.
If you're just making memories, you'll have to wait your turn. 'Cause I've got memories to burn.
Even though a lot of people in high school were not alive when 9/11 happened, it still impacts our lives greatly today, especially with the United States still being involved in conflicts all around the world because of it. And it's just a really awesome way to help remember what happened so that we don't forget and it stays like relevant in our lives.
Created this routine, and I've done that with prayer. I've done that with other things that are beneficial in my life. I've started already incorporating in her life and my son's. And it sticks. Consistency and structure create safety.
We do tours. We've been downtown to the museum and then had lunch. This year we're talking about going to Graceworks because we're saving bottle caps and plastic caps for Graceworks. So it's just lots of fun.
It would have to be a certain level of change to their site plan before it would then lose the vesting. So it really kind of depends on the grade. If it's a small change or something, it would stay under the current procedure, not the proposed.
My department serves all areas of this county, and so being centrally located is critical to us being able to serve families. We're not exactly the same as an entity where a family would have a choice to come and see us. Unfortunately, whenever they have a case that comes up in juvenile court, they're required to come and be present.
On the girls' teams, there were 25 AAA teams. We finished first with Brentwood, second Page, third Nolensville, fourth Independence. On the boys' side, get this, 28 teams, Brentwood first, Ravenwood second, Nolensville third, Independence fourth, Franklin fifth, Summit sixth, Page seventh. I mean, are we gonna let anybody else play?
One of the best things, maybe the best thing I've seen for girls in the 18 plus years I've been in Williamson County Schools is the new flag football program. Oh my goodness, y'all. It builds community. It introduces opportunities for those students.
We have the privilege of helping to lead what is the best district in the state. And I think we have lots of opportunities ahead of us to make it even better. I think there's going to be some challenges ahead that we can work together to try to overcome, but I believe we have the resources and the people on this board that can rise to that occasion.
All veterans, if you've got issues in that area, pick up that phone and call. There are many places you can call, or go to the emergency room. It's real simple. Drop your guard down and let's get some help.
14:25, 14:35. All right, we're going to call for class number 9. Class number 9, please be making your way to the library. Class number 9, we're going to make a call to class number.
Got to get that tortilla up high so to give me. Whoa, good catch. Way to go. 30 more seconds.
Seasons change and I love when cold. We feed the flame cause we can't let it go. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, run away.
I lose control when you're not next next to me. Yeah, I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see?
Big shout out to Miss Addison Moore.
Look at Miss Moore. How you doing?
And
is that Johnny Cash's guitar? Who's
this
guitar?
is a banjo.
Johnny Cash. Y'all, all you Johnny Cash fans, jump in here now. He had that when he was a little boy. Who'll give me $100? Start him. $100.
Two big boat races. Coach Derek, we'll start with him. As we know, he likes to go down to Alabama and get on the lake.
He does.
He's kind of more of like a runabout, sea race, surf boat type guy. And man, he was headed there early.
We've got to find Merrill and kick it as far away from his as we possibly can.
Well, and talk about this, because you say you're leaning on your defense. So, offense gets you a first down or two. You punt the ball, you got to make sure it's not a big return. You want to flip the field on them.
100%. You are correct. Yep. See, look at you learning football.
Listen, I had to look that up. It takes a flip.
1, 2, 2, 2, 3.
Number 4 in motion for the Bruins. Flexes back out. He's going to go deep to number 11, who's wide open.
No one
right
in coverage.
Down the middle. That's going to be Bowen Clunan. So Bowen Clunan wide open over the middle.
You cut a tree and it gets away from you and gets in the power line. Do not panic and run up and grab that tree and push it out of it. And think, oh, Middle Tennessee Electric's not going to know that. Call us. We'll come get that out of it.
Stealing a young girl's heart. Oh, just like Gene and Roy, singing those campfire songs. Oh, I should have been a cowboy.
You are not alone in what you are feeling. You are enough. It's not uncommon to struggle. We all are going to go through ups and downs in life. It's okay to have a setback. It's what we do to move forward.
We're just figuring out the time and position and the velocity.
We're learning physics by doing physics. So we're just not talking about it or seeing what someone else has done. They're actually generating the graphs and figuring out how to generate the graphs.
Boat Race City 101. Number 1, there will be no Wilco on Wilco crime. Won't be bribed into it, won't be bullied into it. There is no Wilco on Wilco crime. Don't ask. In other words, 29 points over Nolensville, while nice, is not a boat race because that's Wilco on Wilco.
Number 1, the familiarity with the schools, and like Coach mentioned, the kids know each other, student sections go back and forth. It's just good. It's just a good environment for high school football. Yeah. And then you throw in that it's a region game and what's at stake. I think it just makes it exciting for the entire community and especially the players and the students.
My daddy always told us, have good conduct and good character. Carry yourself well and respect one another and be respected. He said, no one is better than you, and you're no better than anyone else.
When a company moves here, they come here to hire us. They want to access this talent because of our great schools. We can go into that later. But I really want to emphasize how important it is to create career opportunities for people right here who grew up here in our community, who also have the opportunity to move back. They don't have to go to Charlotte, Atlanta, or Dallas. They can come here and have a career. That's really important for us.
Call me the fireman, that's my name. I'm making my rounds all over town, putting out old flames.
Down we dive, starting our plane from under, off with one terrible roar. We live in flame or go down in flames. Ain't nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
My fondest memories are tied around these things. Sunday school and the bedtime blues and grandma's squeeze swing. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me.
Have you ever been mistreated? Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
My roommates don't have much in common with me, and yet I kinda wanna stay.
When we create a open, judgment-free environment where people can show up as their true selves and they can share their issues, we're better able to understand what they're going through and provide the resources that are best going to help them.
Which brings us, Intern Will, to the first rest in peace of the day. Now, it is October. Halloween is upon us, my friend. I should have put Tate's name on this because he's not with us today, but instead it will be the Glencliff Ponies.
And our student sections are awesome. I mean, everywhere in Williamson County has a great student section, and some is no different. But it's a fun environment. I mean, people, I have people come out of town and watch the game, and they're really, eye-opening experience for them. It's just a high school football. Now, it's not Texas, but it's good high school football.
Summit Spartans will take over at the 20-yard line.
There we are, Justin. All right, we got to get listen, it's been a long time since we've been up here in the...
And this might be our first Thursday night action.
Well, when you thought it was Friday all day because of football, I don't know.
This is the time for the Puckett's Cobbler Contest. This is going to be interesting tonight because we have 10 entries, but we've got 3 capable judges of sorting through these flavors and the techniques. You got organic flour, organic butter, organic sugar, organic lemon juice. I mean, you went all out to make this organic. What's your passion behind organics?
My mom, we've always ate organic.
I love that.
How do the seasons cast aside tides and succumb to unknown risings? Millimoments before setting in motion the considered life that I will miss.
Even within a senior living setting, I have occupational therapists look at our residents' environment and give us tips on where they think we can make some changes in the environment to make it more safe physically.
Here in Tennessee, we banned wood ducks and we banned Canada geese. And a lot of that has to do to inform some of those early seasons we have.
So the amount that we needed to add to that total in order to purchase this van is $44,500. And I'm asking you to allow us to take that out of privilege tax.
And I will have to say those trips are the highlight of the week for all those senior citizens.
Very important to them.
Very, very important.
Ever since you were a little bitty girl, said I was the only man in this whole world. You better do some thinking, then you'll find you got the only daddy that'll walk the line. Life's a waiting longer. My love can't be living on with life's a waiting longer. My love can't be living this way.
They could make anything they wanted. As you can see, they're all very creative and all different. Put together in a magnificent, one-of-a-kind quilt you will never find anywhere else.
Now, honeybees are the only insect that makes food that we eat. And they make excess that we take. When I was a kid, we called it we rob the bees. We don't say that nowadays. We extract, we don't rob.
We are over capacity at a lot of these intersections. Like the two that I can think off the top of my head right now is Cool Springs and Mallory. That's drastically over. That is our busiest signal at like in a single hour we're almost at 7,000 cars.
Title I goes to bring equity to every school so that every kid, no matter their zip code, has a well-resourced classroom. And it is critical because I believe public education is the bedrock of democracy, and it's what lifts all of our kids.
As of Friday, after 33 years of service to the county, Mark has had a very distinguished career. He's been well respected both internally and with the building community. So I hope you'll just take a minute to thank Mark for his great service to the county.
Your boy, Will Hester, win number 100.
First prescription of the day. Dr. Qualls, I need win number 108, my man, the visor, because that may, if he gets 108, you know what that means?
State title?
That is correct, and it's coming. Number 108, first prescription of the day.
We're going to try to find people to play that'll make us better and people to play that we can compete with. The bad thing is you don't want to play somebody that absolutely blows you out because they get nothing out of that either, and you don't want to play somebody you blow out because you get nothing out of that.
Opening kickoff, the Eagles deep after return, surprise onside, and number 40 takes the squib onside back to the house.
Number one, I want to make sure that we talk about this regularly, that every student needs to be safe in our schools. And we address it proactively and sometimes reactively because you really have to have every tool in your toolbox.
The 2024 fair has been outstanding so far. Of course, there's beautiful weather outside to enjoy all the different rides and the events, the 4-H area.
Circumstantial evidence is inconclusive evidence. It won't hold up in any court of law. So what?
In 6th grade science this week, we're learning about thermal energy transfer.
Today, we did a really fun lab and tested 3 ways to make popcorn.
We tried using convection, radiation, and conduction.
I want you all to know that cities like Columbia and Gallatin follow Franklin's lead. You're about twice our size, and we have learned so much by asking questions, following what you do.
Was she bending it like Beckham? She bended it like Beckham. First of all, to get that scored on you, it's bad news, Gallatin. Okay, come in real close. You want to know why you haven't heard of that very much? Because it's really hard to do, and you should be ashamed when you let it happen.
We talk about it all the time with our kids. We just want to play free, right? Just trust your preparation. If you prepare the right way during the week, the game's supposed to be fun, right? You can't worry about making a mistake. Just go be where your feet are at and go play the game and have fun. That's what high school football is all about.
Cranky in motion. Deep pass there, wide open, and just like that, that's going to be a touchdown Summit.
Yeah.
We said it, they had to go to the playbook. Knights caught sleeping in the secondary. Great throw and catch by the Spartans.
We have a great place to work, and we have a great place to retire. Oftentimes you don't hear that said to you by the general public. This is a good place to work and have camaraderie and friends and people that do care about you.
Well, now a lot of the parents are also taking care of the grandparents who are in the home are taking care of maybe their spouse, their grandchild, and their family, their daughters. So now it's the Panini generation. We've got everybody at home.
I've always been really impressed by Mark's intelligence, by his sense of humor, and by the way he has always gone about trying to help people. That's been one of his legacies is helping people.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe in FHS. I believe in everything that our Yellow Jackets do, that they're capable of great things.
Looking for a lot of these old collectibles. Obviously, eBay is one of the places you look, and it's sometimes a little bit too expensive to pay. Some of these things bid pretty high. But I was fortunate, this commercial fishing license right here, they called it a professional fisherman license, was 1909, and it's got a signature on it.
Nolensville Tate goes untouched. They defeat Blackman, Houston, Maryville,
Brentwood in the finals, and they only dropped 2 sets along the way. What a run for Coach Young and his squad.
Motion
by himself.
Turn
We'll
around. Oh, backside counter. They got it sealed.
Totally misdirected. Touchdown.
And it's touchdown, Independence.
That's such a good call right there. They didn't have any idea where that ball was going.
We're see the replay right here, Clark. Give it to us.
Here we go, little fake to 17 coming through. Oh, even got a little pitch. It looked like he pitched it out.
Got the cameraman fooled.
Great play.
At some point we determined we needed the middle school fields to be turfed, we would set up a strategic plan and do that. Your example of the middle school theaters, it was about a 10 or 11 year process to get funded for all those middle school theaters. We actually just finished that up most recently with Sunset.
We just wrapped up a 3-year study with the University of Tennessee that looked at a lot of different aspects of our elk population.
We estimate Scooter's age to be around 4, and here's what we've learned about him. Scooter likes dogs, although he does much better with female dogs than male dogs. If you do happen to have another dog in the home, we do ask that you bring him along for a meet and greet. Scooter also needs a home without cats.
Am I what you wanted? Really? How you wanted? Did you dream the dreams for me? That I be spared the wrath of evil? But just be plain, except for my smile?
Game day was in the house. We had birds of prey flying everywhere. And the nest, the student section, they stepped it up. I called them out. Yeah. Listen, I called them out. You stepped up.
These visual presentations are super helpful. And I know it takes a lot of effort to put those together as you prepare for the meetings. Just want you to know that it is helpful, and I hope it's worth the time. I don't know how much time it takes, but it's very helpful as we work through it to see it and visualize what's happening on those plats. So thank y'all for doing that.
Mental health means to me checking in with my mind and my body and my spirit and being transparent and vulnerable and surrendering and just healing any part of me that needs to be helped and healed.
It was Boat Race City. Coach Hester was in the tri-tune. He had that thing hammered down, listening to a little CCR on the radio. Boat Race City, I know Mimi Hester was really happy.
Probably doesn't ease the pain that you've got to vote on tonight, but there is a huge need for cellular service, all of the services that we provide for all of the residents in the different parts of the county.
I look at it like this. I still struggle. I have bad days. You bet. I still have bad days. But you know what? I've had some really, really good days. And once you've had just that one good day, the bad day don't hurt as much because you know you're going to get that good day again and you're going to work for it.
This is my grandpa, Jim Slay. He fought in Vietnam. He was a Seabee. He's very tough and very brave. Also, he's very funny.
I get choked up. It just touched me a lot. I just appreciate this so much, and y'all did such an awesome job.
People feel isolated when they're struggling with mental health and substance abuse. They do feel like they're alone. But there are millions of people that are going through the exact same thing.
If you're struggling, number one, reach out to someone. Like I said, there's always helpers. I think it was Mr. Rogers that said, always look for the helpers. And the guy's amazing, and he's right that there's always helpers. But you truly are not alone.
Instead of focusing on building more schools in this season where our growth might not be as strong as it was, say, 7 years ago, I would really like to focus on some of our schools like Franklin High. They haven't had a lot done to their athletics since the mid-'80s. Other partnerships that we're fostering to try to continue to use all this collaborative philanthropic spirit that now exists in Williamson County, so that as this county continues to grow, these opportunities for people to commune with nature are going to grow with it.
Davis Long, and I know I took some heat for saying this, if I'm having a draft last year, he was maybe the first pick, but I probably wouldn't have picked him first because I don't think you would have picked him first.
You don't know that.
If you picked somebody else, I'd pick him second. But if I thought you were going to pick him first, I would have picked him first. Does any of that make sense?
Yeah. Little Jedi mind trick.
You know what?
It's been fun, sir. We tied.
Yeah, but I told Tatus that he's going to pick Beach or Houston or something.
And it goes to the first RIP for the week. Cue the music. Tate Matthews is toast.
We're washing, shaving, grooming, playing with all the horses.
We are here today to get some experience learning to be around horses and lead and groom and, just experience what some of the day-to-day care and annual care that horses need to be happy and healthy.
Roots gently pull me down into the nurturing soft ground. I, a new creature of the brown. Happiness begun under the blue and the green. Roots has found a place for me. Solitude gone under nature's immensity.
One day, when we were carrying airplane parts on a public street, and a civilian woman was walking ahead of us eating an apple. Weren't you eating an apple when we came down this hallway?
No, but Mr. Loudon was.
Whoever it was, I had this flashback.
I'm here to talk to the parents of
children who are going through this. And I implore you to be supportive to that child. That child is your son or daughter, that gifted, talented child of God. They can recover. Your child can recover.
Meet Melody. Melody is about 4 years old and she weighs 100 pounds. And this gal is so courteous. She comes up to you and she will offer her paw as if to say, "How do you do? I'm Melody."
I grew up here in the Smokies, mostly backpacking, trail riding horses and camping. But yeah, Middle Tennessee, like Big South Fork, is an untapped resource. I mean, you come over here to Cades Cove and the Smokies and whatnot, and it's getting so crowded. And you go up there to Big South Fork, I tell people it belongs to all of us.
I look to you and I see nothing. I look to you to see the truth. You get too close, take the one I love the most, and I think it's time for you to go. Make it so hard, you know you've gone too far, and I think it's time for you to go.
My name is Charlotte. Charlotte what? Charlotte A. Cavatica. I'm a spider. I think you're just beautiful. Thank you. And your web's beautiful too. It's my home. I know it looks fragile, but it's really quite strong.
We want to give a shout out to our man, Joe Williams. I know he's probably watching the show. He likes the clown show of the week. He does. He loves the clown show of the week. But Joe got in a pinch a little bit, and we had to step up and help him. Speaking of clown show,
I got one, Joe. I just don't know if you want me to call this guy out.
This Christmas season, I know that sometimes everybody's hearts swell just a little bit larger, and I would love for y'all to take a second look at Leia, as in like Princess Leia. Leia has been with us for about 5 months.
I wish I can stop your tears, make it all go away, and grant you a wish for you to never lose a loved one.
We want to really upscale it. We want it to look very nice. I don't want to say we want to look better than Barry's Farm, but I think we can make it better than Barry's Farm.
We are tasked with not taking a knee-jerk approach, but thoughtfully and objectively evaluating each book on the criteria established by the law.
What is happening?
Amanda Fuller, you are the 24-25 Williamson County Schools Principal of the Year.
Good to see you. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We go out here and we catch a bunch of big bass, and that's always a lot of fun. It's real exciting. But
really the smaller fish too are what we're going after. We're going for a variety of sizes.
It leads me to this week's gem. Little stat for you, courtesy of our man Charles Pulliam.
Of course.
Before the senior class arrived, Page had 13 straight seasons making the playoffs. They didn't get past the second round in any of those. 4 straight finals. It's nothing but a great accomplishment.
He is our Thunder Therapy dog, and he did all of his testing over the summer, and he is officially certified through the Alliance of Therapy Dogs, and he gets to be on campus with us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and the students are absolutely loving it.
Not only does Bentley come to our ELA class, but he goes to the guidance counselors.
So we were at recess. I had some wonderful room parents come in and decorate our room to look like a surgery center. So I think just the reveal when we came back in, their eyes lit up and they were like blown away by what, had transformed just while we were at recess.
We were like having a patient and we were trying to fix them and finding the text features.
We got approval from the Tennessee Department of Education to build the building, so it's being built at zero cost to taxpayers, and it's based on the 4 pillars of the ISM grant. The grant is intentional about reimagining the modes of learning, the use of space, the time, and engaging with industry partners. I believe the Innovation Hub is going to do just that.
Williamson County is receiving a grant from our local Parks and Recreation Fund as well. Their grant amount is $2,173,000. They will be improving 2 different parks with that money, Osborne Park and Castle Park. That includes pavilions, benches, tennis courts, ADA compliant playgrounds, and blueway trails.
So one of the things I think we're trying to do here is raise the pay rate so that we can attract and retain the next cadre of leadership that can take those positions when those people retire.
The name of the game, as my man Mr. Cardwell used to tell me, it's called basketball, which means you got to put the ball in the basket. So when you can shoot like this, people talk about, well, there'll be nights they won't shoot it that well. If you've got the ability to hit 23 in a game, there aren't going to be many nights you don't hit 10. Right. So it's interesting, fun way to play too.